This is going to be an energy reading for Scorpios. If you are Scorpio gang, what up, gang, then this energy reading is going to be for you, love. Alrighty. So you had an opportunity to emotionally mature, Scorps. Okay. Now, I don't know if this was like a test to see if you would handle something in a mature way, or someone was testing you. Okay. Maybe want to trigger you, get a reaction out of you. Okay, but I'm seeing you passing that test or leveling up in a way where you handled it in a mature way. So I'm proud of you, gang. All right, that's what I got for you so far. But let's see for Scorpio spirit, what the Scorpios need to know. For Scorpio spirit, what the Scorpios need to know. Ask my higher self, the Most High, and the Ascended Masters. They have this intuitive reading. Alrighty, gang, at the bottom of the deck, you guys have communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. So someone may want to communicate to you, compromise, you know, maybe ask for forgiveness, or maybe you're asking for the forgiveness because maybe it's a test for someone else. Okay, maybe you said something that was triggering to another person and they had an opportunity to emotionally mature. Okay, it's almost giving me maybe there was some miscommunication there, but someone may want to compromise. Okay, work things out, communicate to you. Okay, behind there is the butterfly. The butterfly says relationship is evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, growth. Okay, so there could be a connection, okay, where you're working on the communication between you and someone else. And this could be a relationship that's evolving. All right, let's see. For Scorpio spirit, what does Scorpios need to know? You guys have move on. Okay, it says someone is unavailable, a waste of time. There could be someone that you're moving on from, Scorps, who wants to communicate. Now, I don't know if this is someone that you got into some type of disagreement with, or this was the person who was testing you. Okay, but it's almost giving me someone that you moved on from could be communicating to you as well. So let's see. Maybe someone you moved on from, you communicated and they were testing your patience. I don't know. But let's see for Scorpio. What do Scorpios need to know? You guys have vacation. You'll be traveling soon. Okay, some of y'all could be going on a little vacation, Scorps. Okay. The relationship that's evolving between you and someone else, this person might want to take you out. All right, do a little traveling. Let's see. I'm going to grab one more for Scorpio spirit. What does Scorpios need to know? Karmic relationship. It landed on top of move on. Okay, karmic relationship says fleeting, triggering, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Okay, I'm definitely getting triggering. Okay, maybe someone fleeted. Like they ran once they, you know, they got triggered. Okay, I don't know if this is someone that you tried to communicate with. This could be a lesson on effective communication, open communication. Okay, consistent communication. I don't know. Okay, but I do see you letting go and loving you, Scorps. Letting go of a karmic relationship. Okay, you're moving on. At the bottom of the deck, you guys have Axe. Axe says breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Okay, not today is here. Someone's not dealing with the hurt. Okay, it says not dealing with the hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, boundary, still angry. Now, there's one person here who wants to communicate. They want to work things out. There's someone else here who is not dealing with the hurt and they're trying to avoid having a conversation. Okay, boundaries could have been set in a connection. Okay, this could have to do with someone that you broke up with, in separation with, that you move on from, who might not be dealing with the hurt, or maybe you're not dealing with the hurt, Scorps, because someone being like explosive with their emotions. Okay, I'm seeing the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love, but I really feel like it's more so of someone understanding, better understanding their emotions. Okay, how it is that they feel, maybe expressing their emotions. Okay, especially with the not dealing with the hurt, it's almost giving me like someone exploding because of the pain, because they're hurt in a situation. Okay, the snake is here. Someone could have been snaked. Okay, it says competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Okay. I don't know if a breakup has happened because someone else was in the picture. Okay. Someone with malicious intent. Could be another woman or another man, even though it says another woman. Could be another man. Okay. But let's see. For some Someone who you moved on from is in a karmic relationship. Okay, now I don't know if the karmic relationship is ended between them and this person is wanting to reach out to you, and you may still be hurt because this person snaked you. Okay, but I'm also seeing abundance and commitment. So you have an abundant commitment coming in, Scorps. Okay, it says keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what it is that you want, give gratitude and bliss and commitment here. Things are getting serious. So there is someone here in this energy that you're getting serious with, where the relationship is evolving. Now, I don't know if there was miscommunication between you and this person, and maybe this person wants to compromise and work things out, you know, fix things after some miscommunication between you two. But I'm also getting someone else wanting to reach out to you, talk to you. And this could be someone maybe you had a karmic relationship with, or someone who you moved on from because you realized they were unavailable, and they could have thought this karmic was bae. Okay, until for whatever reason they ended up breaking up. Now this person wants to reach out to you, and you could still be angry. Maybe you're trying to avoid a conversation with this person because this could be someone who has reached out. But again, you take it how it resonates for you, gang. But let's see, 606 on the timestamp. But Scorpio spirit, yeah, some of you guys could be coming into a soulmate union. Okay, building the trust between you and someone else. I just saying the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn can be significant. Doesn't necessarily have to be. This could just be someone who's stable, reliable, someone of good character. Okay, who wants to build a connection with you. They made up their mind, whoever this is. Okay. But you also have an ex here who made a bad decision, Scorps. Okay, and this person is sitting silent right now. But let's see for Scorpio spirit. What the Scorpios need to know at the bottom of the deck, you guys have the Sun card, Leo energy. Okay. Something was illuminated when it came to a disagreement, argument, a fight. It gave someone a reality check. Now, this was a bitter truth. Whatever this reality check was in this argument or fight, it was a bitter truth, but it's to help someone to go within. Okay, maybe even make peace with a situation. So let's see. Choose to make peace and then protect your peace. That's what I just heard. We have the Six of Swords. Okay. Someone here is in deep thought. This is an ex-lover of yours. That's that person who's been sitting here silent. This could be someone who's frustrated at the separation between you two. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. You could be this Nine of Pentacles, Scorps. Okay, maybe you've been focusing a lot on like self-care, accomplishing goals, reaping the hard work of reaping the benefits of your hard work. Sorry. Especially with the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Maybe you've just been focused on work, future plans, moving forward in a positive direction. But there's someone here who wants to work on communication between you two. Okay. This is someone who's grieving you guys' connection. They've become disillusioned. Someone became disillusioned. They got in a reality check. Now, I don't know if this is you or someone else. And you put yourself where you fit. But it's almost giving me like someone said something in the midst of an argument. Now, this could have been really triggering from somebody. Right? A bitter truth. Could have really hurt them. Okay? But this was illuminated to get someone to really soul search and go within. Okay? And this could have to do with, I don't know if this has to do with their character with that King of Pentacles that I see. Or, like I said, an opportunity to emotionally mature. Okay? It could be an opportunity to effectively communicate. But there is someone who wants to reach out. Work on the communication between you two. Let's see. But Scorpios, trust your intuition with the High Priestess here. Okay, especially when it comes to taking your time in a situation. Maybe there's this, because you could be like in a transitional phase, I feel like, in your love life, Scorps. Okay, now I don't know if this is someone that you like, the past person is someone that you rush things with, but I'm seeing you like really taking your time, being mindful in this connection, trusting yourself when it comes to, you know, maybe being mindful of what's being communicated to you and also what you're communicating back to someone else. You have someone who's really listening to the things that you're saying with the King of Swords. This is someone who wants success with you, King of Pentacles, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, or this could be a King of Swords, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Someone's on the pursuit of happiness. I feel like it's this masculine. They're on the pursuit of happiness. Okay. So you do have someone who is pursuing to have some type of happy dynamic with you. They want to feel a belonging, an understanding. This could be that person who wants to work on communication with you. Like they want to understand what you're going through, what you're dealing with, how they can help, whatever. And you're communicating that back. Now, maybe this is the issue that you've had with an ex-lover. Was communication issues. Okay. We have the Tower card. Okay, I'm seeing a shift. There's a masculine here, divine masculine on the board. Aries energy. Who's choosing to be fair and taking accountability when it comes to turning their life around. Divine feminine. We have the Empress card here. Taurus, Libra, Scorpio. Energy could be significant. Someone's going through an awakening. This is someone who sees you as a romantic interest. Trust in divine timing and be patient. This is a new chapter. Okay, but someone who you blocked may want to tell you a truth. Okay, let's see. For Scorpios, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. This could be someone who's having trouble releasing, letting go. Okay, emotionally detaching. For some, maybe you had issues in the past with detaching from someone. Okay. This is that person you set boundaries with, who could have rejected you. Okay, this is that, yeah, they missed the opportunity. Whoever this is, they missed the opportunity. This is an ex-lover who missed an opportunity. Okay, you surrendered, you let go of this connection. Whatever enlightenment that you received, and I don't know if you got into it with the ex before you broke up with this person, but there was something that was illuminated to you that really had you go within about whether or not you should make peace with a situation, or, again, like I said, I heard something about make peace and protect your peace. Now, maybe you made peace with a situation. Someone came to communicate. They were still angry because you set boundaries. Okay, and now you're chosen to just keep to maintain choosing your peace and holding on to that peace. Okay. Someone may want to apologize about a betrayal. They're learning a lesson, especially after you set boundaries with this person. It's almost giving me like someone who could have stepped on your toes, stabbed you in the back multiple times after you setting boundaries. Now it's teaching this person a lesson about taking accountability for how they treated you. I feel like it's the ex that's still angry. Okay, I mean, you could still be too. Okay, but it's definitely giving me whoever this ex is could be the one who's still angry because you set boundaries with this person. Now, there could be little to no communication between you and this person. Okay, this could be someone who isn't good with communication. They lack good communication skills. Whereas in this connection that you're in now, that's what y'all are working on, is having good communication skills between you and this person. It's almost giving me like this could have been an issue, a big issue for you in the past, Scorps. Was it communicating effectively? I don't know if you constantly had misunderstandings, or, you know, someone was feeling triggered and it always turned into an argument or something like that. But it's something about creating a more balanced and harmonious connection with someone new by like building on the parts or the areas of a relationship where it could have caused it to fail. I mean, it could have been many reasons, but I feel like one of the big reasons for a lot of you guys was communication. That's why we had communicate come out here, and someone wanted to work on the communication. This could be you. Maybe you want to work on communication so that you can have a smooth transitional phase in your love life. Like you're going from having kind of like a chaotic relationship with someone where you were constantly being triggered emotionally. Okay. It could have matured you in a way where you became more emotionally mature, but it's almost giving me like someone understanding that effectively communicating is what helps a relationship to be able to grow. Okay, yeah, someone's creating a more balanced and harmonious connection. This could be you. With someone new? Okay, yeah. In this new beginning. Okay. There's someone here, though, who's been thinking a lot about how they sabotage. Is that person who you surrendered. They also could be thinking a lot about apologizing or working on an apology with the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, not the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles here. Okay. For Scorpios, we have the Magician card. I also see you working on something that you've been manifesting, Scorps. Okay. But something had to shift. Something had to change. Something about a shift is significant. And it could be you shifting your perspective. Okay, maybe communicating your boundaries. Maybe that's what you're doing in this relationship with this person because you really care for this person. You really want things to work. So you could be working on communicating your boundaries to this new individual, especially if there was someone who you weren't really open about communicating boundaries. Like this could have been the past situation, could have been a situation where you had to learn how to set boundaries. Like maybe you felt like it was common sense that someone should know at least like the bare minimum of boundaries, you know. But it's almost giving me like you learn a lesson about building stronger boundaries, and then once you learn those boundaries, you set them in place with an ex-lover who could be upset because maybe at one point you lacked boundaries, or I'm not gonna say that you lack self-respect, but it's almost giving me like this was someone who could feel like that you lacked boundaries, that you lacked self-respect, that they were allowed to step on your toes. And now that you have worked on this, you could be working on, you know, communicating your boundaries to someone new. It's not giving me this ex-lover, it's giving me someone new. You could have communicated it to the ex-lover, but they could have felt triggered, mad, angry that you were setting these boundaries. Okay, and that was to protect yourself, not to be really guarded. I feel like you set those boundaries because you cared about this person, you loved this person, and you wanted to be able to involve this person in your life. Right? But maybe you learned the lesson that this person didn't respect your boundaries enough to honor those things. So you chose to let it go. But now you could be moving forward with someone new. And you could be communicating your boundaries to this person. Now maybe there was a situation where a boundary was overstepped and you could have had miscommunication with the new person. But I feel like whoever this is wants to work on that communication. Okay. This is someone who's actually interested in you. They're interested in hearing out what you have to say as far as, you know, your haves, your have-nots, your do's, your don'ts. Okay. But expect communication here. Someone's manifesting communication with you, Scorps. Okay. This is someone who's planning, or someone's planning on working on some type of communication to create balance between you two. Okay, and it could be both of y'all. It could be you. It could be a partner. Because remember, we had the Two of Cups. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Now, for some, it is a romantic interest. Because I've seen the Knight of Cups. So there's a romantic interest who wants to get to know, like, your boundaries. They want to communicate to you. Maybe even their boundaries. So that y'all can have a healthy love relationship. Okay. Communication is key. And I feel like that's what someone is working on. So that they can be able to move forward. A Queen of Cups. This is you, Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay, you could even be giving even reciprocity from someone. All right. Now, some of y'all could still be grieving. Okay, and this could be a past connection that you're moving on from. All right, but I'm seeing a soulmate union coming together, a more balanced and harmonious connection where y'all can have effective communication, where someone's going to respect your boundaries, respect you, honor you, and vice versa. Okay, someone of good character. It's almost giving me like y'all dealt with someone who wasn't of good character. Okay, and I want to call them, you know, a bitch or an asshole. It could be someone who's mean. Okay, well, I don't know. Something about their character. Maybe you didn't like the last person's character. Maybe you didn't like how they treated you. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Okay. But I see you taking a leap of faith. Now, some of y'all can be conflicted and confused, especially when it comes to this communication, about whether or not you want to surrender or let go of a connection. Okay, but Spirit is saying meditate on that because you're going to receive the signs and synchronicities. Okay, and again, I feel like this lesson was about standing, you know, I was about to say standing 10 toes on your boundaries. So not only was the lesson in the past, I feel like, was building strong boundaries, but standing 10 toes on those boundaries. And I mean, you could have felt like a wounded warrior. And that's what made you put up these boundaries in the first place. Okay. But I'm seeing a masculine here who is trying a new approach. Okay, trying to stay enthusiastic when it comes to you guys' connection. Okay, and this is someone who's making a choice to take accountability when it comes to turn things around between you and them. Now, I don't know if y'all like reconnected with someone, Scorps, and that could be like an ex-lover or like maybe a secret admirer or something of the past. Okay, that's for some, not for all. And maybe that's why you guys are focusing on building the trust and communication and all of that. Because this could be someone that you reconnected with. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you were in a relationship with before. Maybe y'all were friends. You know, maybe y'all were in the same social group. Maybe you met this person and then, you know, life was lifing and then y'all got separated and then y'all came back together, because that could be significant as well. But something about working on the trust, the communication, building, standing 10 toes on those boundaries. It's a shift that's happening for you, a transitional phase. Okay, I feel like you're moving on from a karmic relationship into a more healthy dynamic, or at least working on, you know, building a healthy dynamic. Okay. Yeah, I see you making a judgment call when it comes to a relationship, and that's why Spirit is saying just be patient. Okay, take your time, because this is a new chapter for you. Okay. But there's also something significant about someone you blocked want to tell you a truth. And this could be a bitter truth. Maybe that's the person that you got into it with. Okay, or maybe the person that you blocked had discovered a bitter truth. But it was to get this person to really go within about something that's been weighing them down. Okay. I'm also seeing like a friend wanting to communicate to you, Scorpios. This could be someone who's ending things with the karmic. Scorpio, Capricorn energy could be significant. I'm seeing good news. In a distant horizon, there's something coming into fruition for you. A wish fulfillment. Okay. There's also someone here who feels like they made a mistake. And they've been stressed and worried about this mistake that they made in the past. Maybe what was ever illuminated in this argument is what made someone realize that they made a mistake. I don't know if this is you or someone who went towards a karmic relationship. Because for some, you could have met a masculine. You felt like that was a divine masculine, or it was a divine masculine. I'm trying not to tie the whole yours and theirs and whatever. Just, it was a divine masculine. But something about this person still needing to learn a karmic lesson. And it could have been a lesson for this person, you know, communicating effectively. Especially when they're feeling triggered, angry. Someone could have anger issues. I don't know if this is someone who once exploded up at you. Or maybe you taught this person about handling things in an emotionally mature way. Because I'm seeing that it's seeing the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Cups. A masculine here who's learned a lesson when it comes to emotionally maturing. Maybe not actually reacting, but responding. That could be a thing too, Scorp. Someone's learning how to respond and not react. Especially if they're easily triggered, like it's almost giving me someone who gets in their feelings, they get really triggered, they get angry, they get explosive. Someone could be learning how to effectively communicate when they're angry and they're mad. Okay, not, you know, expressing themselves in an angry manner. And this could even be you, Scorps. Like if you had anger issues in the past and you had someone doing things that was triggering, like overstepping their bounds or, you know, whatever. This could have been a lesson for you to learn how to basically not allow someone to get under your skin just because they upset and mad, you know, and if they try to piss you off, or even with you. If you upset and mad, not going and trying to like sting someone with that stinger because you're mad, actually think about what you're saying and communicate. Okay, because if you're a good character, if you're someone of good character, you're going to be someone of good character and integrity all the time. Not just when you're in a good mood, but also when you could be in a bad mood, or you're feeling frustrated, or you're feeling triggered, or whatever the case may be. Like handling it in a way that's more mature. Whereas in the past, you would be explosive, cuss somebody out, whatever. You could cuss somebody out properly, in a proper manner. okay, without having to, you know, dig dirty. There's some lesson around this somewhere. Now, again, I don't know if you got into it with someone, Scorps, or this is someone else in your energy who chose a karmic relationship, but I'm seeing someone here who is actually in a connection or a relationship that's evolving. You know, it might not necessarily be a relationship. Maybe it started off as fun and flirting with that Page of Cups that I saying. It could start off with, you know, fun flirting. This person asked you out on dates, got vacation, maybe y'all did some little traveling. I don't know. It could be as simple as a car ride together where y'all vibe out to music and just ride. It could be something as big as y'all taking a flight to go another state. Okay, it could be a homecation. Okay, whatever the case may be. But it's almost giving me like you and someone else really getting an understanding of each other, what your boundaries are, communicating these things, building on the trust. Like, I'm not saying that you don't trust this person, but it's like you're being more open to trusting, you know. Not saying like this person has to prove themselves, but it's almost giving me like in the past there was a lesson around being too trusting for some of y'all. I'm getting that. I don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe someone of the past you were too trusted in. You didn't expect for this person to betray you. You didn't expect this person to hurt you. You didn't think that they would overstep your bounds or step on your toes. And it could have given you a bit of trust issues. But I feel like in order to work on the trust issues, maybe you're communicating with this new person, being open and honest about what you want out of the relationship, really taking your time, working on those things, the things that you maybe want to manifest independently with the Nine of Pentacles here, but also what you want to manifest as a couple. So even though it might be first fun flirting and talking on the phone and all of that, then it could be moving up to like this person dating you, and then, you know, eventually like this person, it's almost giving me someone growing in love with you, getting a better understanding of who you are. Okay, or this is you, you know, you growing in love with someone, you're trying to get a better understanding of who someone is, and you're trying to make sure that y'all are effectively communicating so y'all can properly move things forward in you guys' connection. Like, I'm feeling a beautiful connection in here, but I'm also feeling like someone in a connection who feels like a relationship is failing. Now, again, you put yourself where you fit, because you could be that person who feels like a relationship is failing, and you learn how to set boundaries, and you know, you learning things about trust and all this other stuff. Okay, you could be the person who is moving on from that situation in transition to meeting someone new. You could be someone who's already in that transitional phase where you already met someone new and y'all are just working on it. But overall, it's beautiful energy, and regardless of where you're at in the story, I feel like you should be expecting communication, because it's Eight of Wands kept wanting to pop up, and something about someone planning on communicating, someone planning on communicating the truth, someone planning on communicating an apology, someone planning on communicating maybe even future plans that they want to work on you with. They want to work with you on, okay? Somebody might want to work on you too. I don't know. They want to put that work in on you, okay? They on your body, gang. Somebody might be on your body, okay? Because period. All right, but I do see, well, as far as communication, things balancing out and you moving forward in a positive direction, Queen of Cups. Okay, you just stay that loving individual that you are. Okay, because I see you receiving love, but also giving love. Okay, keeping that heart space open. The only thing is, some of y'all might still be, you know, grieving a past connection. Okay. But it's to help you to let go of that loss, that disappointment. Okay, and whenever I say you took an L, it's a lesson, not a loss. Okay, but I do see a balanced and more harmonious connection coming in for y'all, and this is in a new beginning, a new chapter. Okay. Yeah, someone could have left you hanging, and someone could have left you hanging in the head, you feeling confused. But I feel like too, that was also signs and synchronicities of a rejection. Okay, and rejection is protection to go in another direction. If somebody left you hanging, well, that's, you know, they were communicating to you regularly, and then they just stopped communicating to you. If that person got too busy, whether that's too busy with a job or they got too busy with someone else. Either way, y'all. Okay, rejection is protection to go in another direction. If this person is way too occupied and focusing on nothing but work, how are you going to make time for you? If you're dealing with somebody who got drama and chaos, because with that Five of Wands, someone could have drama and chaos. For someone who's dealing with a karmic relationship, if they left you hanging, that's to keep you out of a karmic cycle. Okay, it may have felt like a betrayal, or maybe you found out this person betrayed you because they could have had someone that they were in a karmic cycle with when y'all met. I don't know, but I'm seeing a lesson being learned, especially about standing 10 toes on those boundaries, gang. Okay. Anyway, though, I hope this gave you the insight and the clarity that you need. I'm about to get ready and take this extended reading to my members only. If you would like to join, you can click join down below, gang, or you can go to my page and click join there. But if not, this is going to be the energy reading for Scorpio, gang.